What's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. Back like we ain't never left, baby. So, have you guys heard that the bird is the word? No. Have you guys heard about that plot to kidnap Michigan's governor that was stopped? Yeah, there was a plot to kidnap Michigan's governor. And it was a group of men, and the FBI managed to stop it. And it's gotten some media attention, especially in print media. Not a lot of news coverage as far as, online media or live media, but they've been talking about it a lot in print media. But this is wild, and I just figured I'll just touch upon it real quick. So let's break it down a little bit. Let's break down what happened. So the authorities in Michigan revealed, I think it was Thursday, what they said was a detailed plot to abduct Gretchen Whitmer ahead of the presidential election, a plan that included surveilling one of her homes and trying to buy explosives to blow up a bridge. So they were all in. Like, this wasn't any, like, bullshitting, like, talking amongst friends, like, oh, I wish I could kill this person. It wasn't any, like, bullshit just throwing shit out there in the wind. Like, they were serious about this shit. You were planning to buy explosives to blow up a bridge. Like, now we're on some movie shit, okay? The FBI and state authorities charged 13 men who say they were part of or working with an anti-government group with a range of crimes including terrorism, conspiracy, and gun offenses. The men had referred to the governor in vulgar terms, the authorities said, and seemed to be motivated by a belief that she was a tyrant who was violating the Constitution. Let's stop and look at the hypocrisy. Let's look at the hypocrisy. I feel like she's violating the Constitution. Let's kidnap her, do Lord knows what, and blow up a bridge in the process. All well within your constitutional rights, right? Miss Whitmer, who is a Democrat, has become a focal point of anti-government and conservative anger over the severe measures she imposed on businesses and residents as she tried to slow down the spread of coronavirus. So because she was so hard on coronavirus, obviously conservatives and anti-government people didn't like that. So let's kidnap her, because that makes so much sense.
It's a terrible idea.
So let's get into what the authorities say the men were planning to do. Okay? So we got the notion that they planned on kidnapping her and maybe, possibly, probably, most likely planned on blowing up a bridge. But let's get deeper into it. So the group that planned the kidnapping met separately and repeatedly over the summer for firearms training and combat drills and practiced building explosives. Members also gathered several times to discuss the mission, including in the basement of a shop that was accessible only through a trap door underneath a rug. Let's rewind back. Movie shit. This is some stuff you'd see out of a movie. I'm waiting for little tiny Tom Cruise to pop out at some point and speak up.
Boom! You got me, man.
Like, this is insanity. Where's Daniel Craig? Where the fuck is Jason Bourne? They're meeting in a secret basement under a trap door underneath a rug. Is Dale Gribble in there? Do they have Dale Gribble with them? Because, wow. So the men spied on Miss Whitmer's vacation home in August and September, even looking under a highway bridge for places they could place and detonate a bomb to distract the authorities. And I'm sure nobody else will be caught in that explosion. They indicated that they wanted to take Miss Whitmer hostage before the election in November, and one man said that they should take her to a secure location in Wisconsin for a trial. Pause. So they were going to kidnap her. They were going to kidnap this woman, take her to some secret location, and then proceed to have their own mock trial that I'm sure she was going to pass. So, what happens if she's found guilty? What are the repercussions? You people not in power? What was going to happen? What was going to be the outcome had she not passed her trial? Because apparently you guys are judge and jury right now, and I'm assuming you were planning on also being executioner. Because I'm sure you weren't just going to let her waltz out of there. You were going to let her go? You guys are going to let her go. There was no going back. There was no going back. Once you ended up kidnapping her, once you actually had her hostage, that was it. There's no way you're going to let her go free. You're not going to let her walk out of that secure location. You're not going to let her go back home. Seriously? Shit out of a movie. So one of the men had brought a taser. He bought a taser for this mission last week, and the men had been planning to buy the explosives on Wednesday. The FBI said it had monitored the kidnapping plot throughout the summer as the target narrowed to the governor's personal vacation home. Have one person go to her house, knock on the door, and when she answers it, just cap her. That's what one of the men said in an encrypted group chat, according to the FBI. So let's talk about who these men were. The FBI said Adam Fox of Michigan was a leader in the kidnapping plot and had reached out to members of an anti-government group for help devising the abduction. State authorities arrested 7 members of the group known as the Wolverine Watchmen. First of all, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you use Logan's name? And also, how dare you use the name of the Watchmen? Rorschach would have nothing to do with this bullshit. The Wolverine Watchmen. Are you kidding me? You have no right to use those names. We're going to call you the Teletubbies. And they accused them of collecting addresses of police officers in order to target them, threatening to start a civil war, leading to a societal collapse, and planning to kidnap the governor and other government officials. The 6 men charged by the federal authorities each face 1 count of federal conspiracy, which carries a sentence up to life in prison. The 7 men charged with state crimes could face penalties of between 2 to 20 years in prison. In addition to Mr. Fox, the men charged by the federal authorities were listed in court documents as Caleb Franks, Brandon Carcetta, Ty Garbin, Daniel Harris, and Barry Croft. Mr. Croft lives in Delaware, and the other 5 men live in Michigan. All of the men charged by the state are Michigan residents. I should throw up the picture of them. I have a picture of these men. I think I'm going to throw the picture up there. Once you see the picture, tell me what you think. I want to hear your thoughts on this. So the men charged by the state were identified as Paul Beller, Sean Fix, Eric Moiter, I'm getting these names fucked up, Michael Noe, William Noe, Pete Musico, and Joseph Morrison. A spokesman for the Attorney General's office said that 6 of the 7 men were arraigned on Friday and that one, Mr. Beller, had been arrested in South Carolina where the authorities were working to bring him to Michigan. The Noe brothers both attended a protest against Ms. Whitmer's coronavirus control measures at the state capitol in April and were pictured carrying long guns and wearing protective gear. Sheriff Dar Leaf of Berry County, Michigan, spoke at the protest and told a local television station last week that he did not regret sharing the stage with these men. So let's stop for a second. The sheriff just found out what these men were planning to do. Just found out about their plot and that they'd all been arrested. And when asked about it, the sheriff said he did not regret sharing a stage with those men. Now, really, Sheriff? Really? You just heard what they planned on doing. You just found out the atrocities that are about to be committed. And you don't regret sharing a stage with those men. I'll let you guys tell me if you think he should be sheriff. Let me know in the comment section. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. He went on to say, now mind you, the FBI has caught these guys. This isn't some Sherlock Holmes sitting in his basement somewhere piecing this together. This is the fucking FBI. So when they told the sheriff about this, he goes, the two gentlemen that I know of from my county, were they involved in that? Yes, they were. I don't know. They're innocent until proven guilty. And we really, really should be careful trying to try them in the media. This isn't about media. This is not about trying them in the media. This has nothing to do with the media. There is no... And the FBI had been tracking them the entire time. There is no media sensational twist on this. There's no media trying to make them guilty. That happens. Trust me, that happens. No, this is the FBI who has been tracking them, which arrested them. They weren't arrested after the media made a sense. They were arrested before, thus giving the media the peace. In the federal case, the FBI said Mr. Fox and Mr. Croft had decided to unite others to take violent action against the state governments that they thought were violating the Constitution. Last year, Mr. Croft, who had been imprisoned in the 1990s after being found guilty of assault having a firearm while committing a felony and several other charges, received pardon from the Delaware governor. So, how did the governor and officials react to this news about finding this out? We already heard what the sheriff had to say. So, Mrs. Whitmer, the governor, said, I knew this job would be hard, but I'll be honest, I never could have imagined anything like this. I don't know. I wonder what would have happened if Donald Trump, for instance, would have told this group to stand down and stand by. Maybe that would have made a difference, huh? Wow. And what's funny is so she took shots at Trump. And then Trump took shots at her saying she did a terrible job and what have you. But Don, let's calm down, because this could have ended up an entirely different way. Like, this lady could be dead right now. Right? And you'd be saying something different. You'd be like, she was an incredible woman. She was a strong woman. This was sad that happened to her. I knew her. She's an incredible woman, great personality. We didn't agree on everything, but she was a very strong woman, and it's sad to hear what happened to her. I wish her and her family the best. That's what you'd have been saying, some shit like this. So, let's just have a quick reminder. I just want to have a quick reminder because we talk about, Antifa and anarchists and looters and things along those lines, all which are troublesome and bad and need to be condemned. But Christopher Wray, the FBI director, said that the most pressing threats facing the nation were from anti-government and white supremacist groups, who he said have carried out the most lethal domestic attacks in recent years. Crazy situation. I'm glad she's okay. I'm glad their plan didn't pull through, and that the FBI was on top of it, because man, oh man, that would have been... We all know how that would have ended. They're going to hold a trial for her. We know how that would have ended. We know how that would have ended. Look, if you're anti-government or you want to hold your government accountable and you want to be on their ass and you want to press them, I get it. I get it. You don't have to agree with everything the government does. I don't. But Jesus, Joseph, and Mary, you can't kidnap people. That is not the way. That wasn't going to resolve anything. All you were doing was getting out, pen out aggression. It wasn't going to fix or change anything if you would have kidnapped and did what you planned on doing to that lady. It wasn't going to change anything. Crazy. So what do you guys think? Let me know if you heard of this story. Like I said, I saw it in the media. It wasn't everywhere. It wasn't going crazy, but it was covered. And I figured I'd cover it and get your guys' thoughts on it. Crazy situation. Again, I'm glad she's okay. And again, I reiterate, it's okay being tough on your government. I get it. And you have the right to bear those arms, and you can have the longest fucking gun you want. But don't. Kidnapping people? Come on, bro. Yeah, so if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment sections why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, a Venmo, and a Patreon. Links are all in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.
Sometimes I'm feeling high, but sometimes I'm feeling low. I wanna stay inside, I could call my bed my home. I've been trapped inside my mind, that's what keeps me in the zone. I think that I'll be fine, but I do not really know, yeah. It's too late for me, not too late for you. To be great, you see, the pain's worth the truth. I don't wanna be just someone that's new. I speak my mind so free, so you could hear the truth. Yeah, I know that we all have fear. In the back of our minds we hear the devil that's in our ear. Let it push you to see more clear. I don't wanna think about the pain no more. Everybody's not the same. We all open different doors. Yeah, we've all got different brains. That's what keeps starting these wars. I just stay within my lane, hope my words even score. I just try to keep it real.